Sometimes attraction hides inside polite behavior. And when the woman is married, it gets quieter, but the signs still leak through small moments. This video shows 7 signs you should notice. Not proof, just patterns that repeat when feelings grow. Sign 1 is her body changes near you. Pay attention to this. She faces you fast, even in groups. Her shoulders relax, and her smile arrives early. That happens when interest beats self-control. You feel it before you can explain it. She may fix her hair when you speak. But here's the truth. Most people hide words better than movement. Her feet point your way without thinking. Her eyes return to you after every joke. That repeat glance usually means emotional focus. It says, "You matter here." Maybe too much. Imagine a dinner table full of talking friends. She laughs, then checks if you noticed. This is where it gets interesting. If she brightens only when you arrive, notice it. If her tone softens only with you, notice more. Attraction often starts in tiny physical permissions. She lets you enter the space others cannot. Sign 2 is private contact that keeps growing. Pay attention to this. She finds reasons to text beyond the obvious. The message is small, but the timing matters. Married people protect distance when nothing is there, so extra contact usually serves an emotional need. She sends a meme meant only for you. But here's the truth. Random messages are rarely random for long. She wants a thread that belongs to both of you. That private lane feels exciting and dangerous. It creates a secret without naming it. Picture her texting after everyone else is asleep. Saw this and thought of you, feels light. This is where it gets interesting. If the topic could wait, but she still sends it, watch. If she doubles texts, her interest may be climbing. Emotional closeness often begins as harmless convenience. Then it slowly becomes the highlight of her day. And that is when boundaries start to blur. Sign 3 is how deeply she remembers you. Pay attention to this. She stores little facts other people forget. Your coffee order, your bad knee, your weird habit. Memory follows emotion more than politeness. We remember what feels personally important. She brings up something you said weeks ago. But here's the truth. Details become precious when someone lives in your mind. She is not just hearing you. She is keeping you. That can feel sweet, but also intense. Because attention is a form of investment. Think about you mentioning a hard work meeting. Later, she asks how it went. This is where it gets interesting. She may even notice when your mood feels off. Not because she has to, but because she tracks you. That kind of focus often signals hidden attachment. Her heart is rehearsing a bond before her words do. And you start feeling strangely seen. Sign 4 is how she creates extra moments. Pay attention to this. She stretches conversations that could end much sooner. She lingers by the door instead of leaving. Time is the clearest love language of all. We spend it where our feelings pull hardest. She volunteers to help when nobody asked. But here's the truth. Help is sometimes just closeness wearing a safe mask. She wants more minutes, not more tasks. That is why the excuse often sounds innocent. The need underneath it is not always innocent. Maybe she stays after a group event ends. Then she walks with you to your car. This is where it gets interesting. She may ask for your opinion on tiny things. Not for answers, but for one more exchange. That extra minute can feel bigger than it looks, because private time turns chemistry into possibility. And possibility is what secret attraction feeds on. Sign 5 is emotional sharing that feels too personal. Pay attention to this. She tells you what is missing at home, or says her husband just does not get her. That is not always flirting, but it can be, especially when she shares it mostly with you. She is testing whether you feel emotionally safe. But here's the truth. Confession can be the bridge before desire gets admitted. She wants comfort, and maybe more than comfort. Feeling understood can become a powerful drug. It makes the wrong connection feel strangely right. Imagine her saying, "I can't talk like this with him." That line carries more weight than it seems. This is where it gets interesting. If she looks relieved after opening up, notice that. If she looks disappointed when you stay neutral, notice more. She may be checking whether you will step closer, not with your body first, but with your heart. And that is often how emotional affairs begin. Sign 6 is subtle jealousy she tries to hide. Pay attention to this. She notices fast when you mention another woman. Her smile stays there, but something changes. Maybe the question sounds playful on the surface, but the energy behind it feels sharp. She asks, "Oh, so you like her?" But here's the truth. Jealousy appears where emotional territory already exists. She may not claim you, but she still reacts. That reaction comes from imagined loss, and imagined loss means imagined closeness first. Picture you laughing with someone else at a party. She suddenly becomes colder or unusually quiet. This is where it gets interesting. A married woman who feels nothing stays mostly steady. A woman with feelings starts scanning the threat. She wants to know where she stands with you, even if she knows she should not want that. That tension is hard to fake. Sign 7 is the push and pull pattern. Pay attention to this. One day she is warm, the next day distant. She leans in, then acts normal again. This happens when desire meets guilt. She likes the feeling, but fears the meaning. So she moves closer, then punishes herself for it. But here's the truth. Mixed signals often mean a real inner battle. If she felt nothing, she would stay consistent. The swing shows emotion fighting responsibility, and that conflict leaks into every interaction. Maybe she opens up, then avoids you for days. Then she returns like nothing happened. This is where it gets interesting. She is trying to lower the fire without leaving the room. That usually means the fire is already real. Watch the pattern, not one confusing moment. Repeated closeness followed by retreat is a major sign, and it usually leaves both people unsettled. So, what do these signs really mean? Alone, they mean little. Together, they tell a story. Attraction can grow in silence long before words appear. If you see these signs, choose clarity and boundaries. And if this helped, stay close for the next one.